Live, local, late breaking. This is WBAL-TV 11 News Sunday morning.
Good morning and welcome to 11 News Sunday morning. We're going to get to all of our top stories in just a moment. First, though, a check outside with Dalencia Jenkins. And wow, is it foggy and rainy this morning?
Yes, it certainly was. I feel like we saw the most foggy spots earlier this morning. We're starting to taper off with some of that fog now. Looks like Frederick and Westminster are seeing the worst foggy conditions right now, but that dense fog advisory is still in effect across the region, so do keep that in mind if you are heading out and about this morning. Just give yourself some extra time on the roadways. Even though you may not be seeing fog, you're seeing quite a bit of cloud cover overhead. We are going to continue to be on the cloudy side and the mild side towards this afternoon. So temperatures already in the 50s. We're at 53 at BWI Marshall, 55 in Ellicott City, 48 in Frederick, and moving into this afternoon, those temperatures are going to make it to the low 60s. Yes, late December, and we are in the 60s. We'll have some more rain moving in towards the evening hours, some of which of those clusters could have a rumble of thunder. I'll tell you more about it in a few minutes.
Stay with us. Still ahead this morning, Baltimore County Executive and Congressman-elect Johnny O joining us live in the studio. Plus, Dalencia is tracking our weekend forecast.
Yes, we still have a few foggy spots across the area, but relatively dry as far as our rain. But another round is on the way. I'll tell you more about what we can expect in a few minutes.
Now, your WBAL-TV 11 weather forecast with meteorologist Dalencia Jenkins.
Good morning. Happy Sunday. It was really foggy this morning. Now the fog is starting to lift across much of the Baltimore metro, but out in Westminster and in Frederick, still noticing some dense foggy spots. So keep that in mind if you're hitting the roadways this morning as you're going out to Sunday services, maybe even some early Sunday breakfasts and brunches. Do be careful on the roadways. We're going to continue to see cloudy skies, though, throughout the morning. Our rain this morning came in waves, so we had around 2 waves of rain this morning. But now we are on the dry side, maybe noticing a sprinkle here and there, but our next round of rain won't be here until this evening, and that could even have a few thunderstorms embedded in it. So just be mindful of some strong wind and heavy downpours later on, and we'll talk about that in a second. But another weather story for today is just going to be how mild it is today. Already in the low 50s at BWI Marshall, 53 to be exact, 55 in Ellicott City, 57 in Westminster. Still in the 40s, though, in Frederick, where it's a tad bit cooler. But as we move into this afternoon, Frederick is actually going to be the front runner with temperatures in and close to the mid 60s. Everywhere else looking at the low 60s as our afternoon high. Now moving into tonight, we're going to taper off with those rain showers and temperatures will fall to the 40s and 50s. But take a look at this. This is our next chance of rain. You see the oranges and yellows and even a few red spots. That's that heavy rain that will be moving through with the line of thunderstorms. Again, it could get really windy, especially overnight, where wind gusts can make it upwards of 30 miles per hour. That will eventually clear out, maybe a sprinkle stray lingering here and there into tomorrow morning, but we will see some sunshine for most of the day on Monday. 57 is going to be the afternoon high. Now, if you have plans to head out and celebrate New Year's on New Year's Eve, just make sure you bring the rain gear with you as rain will be moving back in. And then our first few days of 2025 is actually going to be on a chilly note.
Live, local, late breaking. This is WBAL-TV 11 News Sunday morning.
Good morning and welcome back to 11 News Sunday morning. Thanks for joining us. I think we might have a slight break in the rain right now. That's great.
A nice break in the rain and the fog. So it's starting to lift across much of the area. Frederick is about the only area still seeing some fog. But other than that, conditions are improving. So enjoy it now because we'll have more rain on the way to end the day. It's also going to be a mild day. That's another weather headline for today. 53 already at BWI Marshall, 55 in Ellicott City, 52 downtown and 57 in Westminster. The cool spot is Frederick right now, still in the 40s. We're going to warm up to the low 60s for this afternoon, and then our rain chances are going to increase yet again for that dinner time hour. We could even hear a rumble of thunder with some of this rain shower. I'll tell you more about what we can expect in a few minutes.
Now, your WBAL-TV 11 weather forecast with meteorologist Dalencia Jenkins.
Well, good morning and happy Sunday. We had a foggy start to the day all across the Baltimore metro. Now the fog has started to lift, and really our only foggy spot is Frederick with a mile of visibility. So if you're heading out and about, there may be some dense foggy spots here and there, so just give yourself enough time on the roadways. It is certainly a better morning than what we had yesterday. We had some light showers moving through the region, but that has dried up, and so now we're just dealing with cloud cover all across the area, and that's pretty much going to be the trend into the afternoon. But by the evening hours, that's when our next chance of rain will move in, and we could even have a rumble of thunder with some of those rain showers. So we'll talk about that in a second, but another weather story for today is going to be the mild temperatures across the area. So already in the low 50s at BWI Marshall, 55 in Ellicott City, 57 in Westminster, 52 downtown, and 50 in Frederick. Moving into this afternoon, those temperatures are going to warm up to the low 60s for much of the area. Warmer spots like Frederick could flirt with the mid 60s as the afternoon high. Again, cloudy skies will be in the region for much of the day, and then we'll have more rain towards the evening hours, eventually drying out into Monday morning, and our temperatures overnight will fall to the upper 40s to low 50s. Now here's a look at that rain that will move in. I would say around 5 p.m. you might notice a sprinkle or two starting to pick up and become more steady, and also our wind is really going to pick up as well. This is looking at 9 p.m. and we're seeing some of those oranges, yellows, and as we move overnight, those reds moving in. So those are those clusters of heavy rainfall, and even a few thunderstorms can move on through overnight. So just keep that in mind. Tie down anything that could be easily tossed about. Wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour can be expected. We are going to dry out as we move throughout the day on Monday, and then for Tuesday, New Year's Eve, as we close out 2024, we're going to have a few showers in the region, so keep that in mind with your New Year's Eve outfits.
It's delicious.
Oh my gosh.
It was so good.
So good.
I'm looking at it now going, don't go far. Don't go far.
It smelled amazing too. Hey, it's a cake day, right? Stay inside and enjoy some cake. We're looking at some rain moving in once again for the evening hours. Right now we're in that cloudy spot. It is going to warm up. We'll be in the 60s. More rain for New Year's Eve.
Sunshine in Ocean City. That's all the time we have for now. Thanks so much for joining us. NBC Meet the Press is next. And hey, I'll see you next year.
Yeah, have a good day.